Who's the favorite in the NFC East?
I mean, I still think it's the Eagles. The Cowboys weren't great last year, and they lost some really talented players, including Byron Jones and Robert Quinn. I know they've tried to replace Jones. They're going to replace him with Diggs, but I'm not sure that Diggs can be the player right off the top as Byron Jones, and they lost Travis Frederick. It's hard for me to say that they're a better team talent-wise, but the Eagles are bringing back a lot of their players, and they've added some receivers, some weapons. Hopefully they have healthy weapons late into the season with Carson Wentz. I feel like the Eagles are a better team, particularly in returning better players with a better coaching staff. It's hard for me to pick against the Eagles with the Cowboys getting worse. I don't know that Mike McCarthy is that much of an upgrade. Maybe he is an upgrade over Jason Garrett, but he's not that much of an upgrade.
Yeah, maybe not, or maybe he is, but the draft was very good. People excited about that. So, RC, do we think the Cowboys are better? Do we think the Cowboys are the team to beat in the NFC East?
Bruh, y'all be working my nerves, dog. We did this last year. Oh, they gonna win the Super Bowl. I told y'all then. No, they not. They didn't even make the playoffs. And so now all of a sudden, Jerry Jones makes the right choice with the first-round pick. He gets CeeDee Lamb. Oh, they're so good again. Last year, we were talking about this team having a possibility to go to the Super Bowl. They don't even make the playoffs. The Philadelphia Eagles are playing with a former quarterback at wide receiver, a walk-on running back starting at tailback, or the second tailback, and me as the wideout on the other side. That's how terrible they were, and they still couldn't beat them. So now you add Darius Slay on the other side. When you do play well against Philadelphia, you're able to beat them on the outside. Amari Cooper burns them deep. That's not happening no more. He will be locked down by Darius Slay. You add Roby Coleman in the nickel, and now you have a 4-by-1 team in the wide receiver room for Carson Wentz to add to a room that couldn't get deep last year, didn't create any big plays, only 12 plays of over 25 yards. The Dallas Cowboys are not better than the Philadelphia Eagles. They weren't better than them last year, and I feel like the Eagles have improved much more, and especially in places that they needed help, than the Cowboys have. And so for me, it's still the Eagles in the NFC East.
Can I add the point that they brought in CeeDee Lamb, and that's the reason why they think that they're going to be better? They were awesome on offense last year. They were top 5 in efficiency. If you think that the reason why you're getting better than the Eagles now is because your offense is going to be better than it was the previous season, I think that's a misnomer. They needed improvement on defense, not on offense. CeeDee Lamb is going to be great, but adding him to the offense can't take them any higher than they were last year as far as a passing offense is concerned.
And then finally, RC, I'll just throw it back to you on this. We just heard Todd Archer, who covers the Cowboys, telling us that Dak and the Cowboys front office have not spoken since late March. No one seems to be making a big deal. But again, this is dragging out to over a year that we've been talking about this. Is there any question in your mind that Prescott will eventually get a deal done here?
Yes, there's a lot of question in my mind. When you know you have a guy, you go out and you show him there's a number that you can find in between what you both want that's a compromise to get that player on the field. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys feel like they'll have their quarterback this year. They don't expect Dak Prescott to sit out, so they're going to roll forward with this. And that bad taste in Dak Prescott's mouth could keep them from ever having a long-term deal in place for him to be the franchise quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Boy, I feel like he has all the leverage in the world. I can't imagine what it is that's dragging this thing out all that much longer. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.